Hi, I'm Fred Eichler, and I want to talk to you a little bit about my Western Rivers signature predator call that I helped design. As an avid predator hunter that enjoys hunting all kinds of different predators, I really wanted to come up with something that not only would work for all kinds of different predators out there, but I wanted to have sounds that had never been heard before. So I actually custom recorded a bunch of the sounds myself because animals have never heard them. What I found with a lot of calls that have been on the market for a really long time is animals were getting educated. I had times where I would turn on a certain sound that had worked for me in the past and had animals literally run the other way because they had become educated to those sounds. So I saw a big need for new sounds. Another feature that I worked into this is, and I thought it was super important, probably one of the coolest parts of the call to me, was a 50% volume reduction button. Now, what you can do, it's right here and even says 50% on the bottom of the remote. So let's say you're calling in a coyote. You've got your rifle set up, they're burning in, but we've all had those coyotes, bobcats, fox, all kinds of different predators lock up as they get too close because the sound just sounds too loud. When you're trying to call long areas or reach out a long ways to bring in predators, as they come in closer, if we don't reduce that volume, you can spook them. So I didn't want to hit a button and slowly run it down like you would with your phone or something else, slowly dragging that volume button down. I wanted one button that would reduce the volume instantly of the sound by 50%. So that's what we implemented into the call. So if you've got animals coming in, you have the call sitting by you, hit it once, 50% reduction in volume. Two things. One, the animals either think that wounded animal was going farther away, or they're so good at pinpointing where that animal is. Normally, in my opinion, they think it's just dying. If you've heard a rabbit or a lot of other game animals die, they start off really loud. Pitch. And then they die. So by starting off really loud, bringing the predators in, being able to drop that volume, it makes a huge difference. Some of the other features is you can angle the speakers on this, depending on which way you want to focus the sounds. Some of the other features, we went with AA batteries. AA batteries are super easy to get. We've got them all over the place. You can pump them in there and your call is going to play even in colder weather all night long. I hate swapping out batteries in the middle of sets or in the middle of the evening. You should get all night play out of this. Another great feature is we've literally made it easy for people that haven't called a lot of predators. If you turn the call on, the first thing that you're going to see is all our different call logs. It'll say Western Rivers, it's going to say Fred Eichler Edition, and then it'll say Call Library or Fred's Favorites. What I went through and did is whether it was a coyote, a fox, a bobcat, a badger, crows, raccoons, a wolf, whatever you're trying to call, you can go into that animal and you'll see pre-selected some of the favorite sounds that I like to use to bring those animals in. So you're not out in the field trying to guess what to use or what sound to use to bring in specific animals. So we've also given you 80 preloaded sounds that you can hop in there and scroll through yourself. So you've got a ton of different options. Being able to see the screen easy, super nice. You can also play more than one sound at once if you want. If you want to have a coyote in distress, but also a rabbit squalling, or if you want to have a crow, which a lot of times they'll come into birds around dying prey as well. If you want to have a raven or a crow screaming, and then you want to have a rabbit screaming at the same time, you can play multiple sounds at the same time. We also allowed a bunch of presets on here. If you know what you like to play, what works for you, you can hit a preset and that's going to come on. The other nice thing, huge feature to me that gives us an advantage, is having the remote and the call work so well together at long distances. Depending on terrain and where you're at, you can set this call out 100 yards, sometimes 200 yards out, and still control the volume, turn it on, and make adjustments to your set. I love getting the call away from the shooter, away from me, because it focuses the predator's attention on the call, where that sound's emanating from, as opposed to where I'm at. That way it's easier for me to get my gun up in position, my bow in position, my air rifle, my handgun, whatever it is that I'm hunting with, without getting spotted. So those are just some of the features about the new Western Rivers Fred Eichler signature call that I really like. If you're into predator hunting, give it a try. If you haven't used an electronic call, it will change the game. Mouth calls are terrific, but they're going to be coming right to you, looking for movement from you. An electronic call, it'll change the game for you. So good luck predator hunting. Check out an electronic call. You can get them at almost all your retailers, including Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's. You can also get them directly at Western Rivers. Good luck predator hunting. I hope you have as much fun as I do. It's okay. I shut him off.